Welcome back to the Car Edition YouTube channel. Today we have the infamous E63 that you have seen the health check on over on TikTok. Today we are going to be servicing it. Before that, of course, we are going to do a carVertical check on this car to make sure everything's all good. carVertical is an online vehicle history checker. If you're going to be buying a car, make sure you use this. So coming over to this E63 report, it's actually fully clean. We have no issues with this whatsoever. So that's great. The reason we checked it is because a lot of times these sports cars, they end up with a lot of owners, all right? Because some people want a car like this for a very short period of time because they buy it and they realize how much a fuel's going to cost. So a lot of time they get rid of it. So this E63, it has 8 owners. When a car has a lot of owners, that's a lot of different people that you need to trust to be looking after this car. But no mileage issues, no damage, no theft, no nothing. So this one is actually fully clean. On the topic of owners, we'll come over to the M4 report that I've done, you know, because you compare a Mercedes to a BMW because what one's better, who knows? Nobody knows. Gearbox will tell you one thing and I'll tell you another. You can see this one has 7 owners and this one's chalked. These 7 owners have not looked after it at all. It has a mileage discrepancy. It has damage. And we click on the damage and it's going to take us down and we can clearly see the front bumper was hanging off of it at some point in its life along with the rest of the bits. So maybe the Mercedes drivers are better than the BMW drivers, but the cars are worse? Who knows? Let us know in the comments. From the 900 data sources, over 40 different countries, carVertical has pulled across this report on this M4, basically saying that this is what could happen if you own a car with a high number of owners. Make sure, whatever you do, before you buy a car, you use carVertical. Use code the Car Edition to get 20% off, and let us know in the comments, BMW or Mercedes. Now let's crack on. We have lovely supply parts down here by the customer. They are all very good parts, so we are happy to fit them. It is in for service, gearbox service. He wants the injectors replaced, no reason why. He just wants to do it. Maybe he's uprating them. Who knows? What do we do first? Take the oil filter out, undo the cap, take the air filters off. We need to get in there anyway to do the injectors. I know it's just had an engine rebuild. Well, not just, but like it's had an engine rebuild. So we can get under there and we can have a bit of a better inspection. Quality check, raise, health check. Oh, nothing but luxury, mate. That's the AMG effect, that. AMG stands for, my gun, the silicone gun. I do quite like that. I will give Mercedes that. Even on their newer ones, they always cover like the plugs up or something. It just makes it look like that's ugly. If you put that on there, just a little bit of plastic, it is better. It's forward thinking. Nice little airbox. Spark plugs look nice and easy to do, so that shouldn't be too bad. Obviously the injectors should just be in the top here as well, which is ideal. Let's get these air filters out. Now, I will say one thing. Everybody watching this at home, you're going to see me use a battery gun on this air filter. If you are doing this probably for the first time, but you have one of these at home, don't fucking use it because you don't know how much power this is going to put out. On my little Milwaukee gun here, I have a little winding mode, which is great, but even that I won't use full trigger. This is just plastic. And if you go and do this up, it will rip the threads out and then you just fuck everything. So please don't do that. It's not the biggest filter. For something that's just had an engine in as well, I was kind of expecting cleaner, I won't lie. We have supplied man filters. Good filter, great filter, can't complain. If you're gonna supply parts like these. These are good parts. Let's do then the other side. The AMG man. He never owned one?
No.
I might have to buy one now just to say I've owned an AMG before Gearbox. Let's take the oil filter out, drain the oil, come back up top. We will do the spark plugs and the injectors. The gearbox service, we are waiting on a sump. It is a metal sump, but it's very rusty, so we are waiting on that to turn up, and then we shall be doing that. It doesn't look... Oh. Oh, Cordoba. I mean, we know it's just had an engine build. Well, not just. Within the last year or so, apparently. I would say he's not been doing enough oil changes since his engine build. And did he even do the first 500-mile oil change? Who knows? Look, that's a big bit in there. You can see the sparkly bits in the oil.
If it had an engine rebuild and this is the first oil change since then...
I think he's either not done his first oil change, because that oil filter's about fucked as well. It's fucking shiny, mate. Can you see that in there? Like the stream of shine in the middle here. I don't think that this matey has been looking after it since he's had his engine rebuild, because that oil filter is old. So I would definitely be recommending this oil change, do 1,000 miles, maybe do another one. Maybe not even 1,000 miles, 500. Try and cycle that metal out, because unfortunately it's going to stay in there. There's going to be bits that sit in crevices, whereas another oil change, an oil change, an oil change, you can kind of cycle that out. Fingers crossed he hasn't just fucked an engine that he's paid to have rebuilt. And in the words of the AMG man, this is champagne lifestyle on a lemonade budget. I will say, whoever built the engine, but well done, to be fair. It is dry under here. It's not very often that you see that happen. Somebody builds an engine and it's dry. The only thing we've got is a little bit of a power steering leak. And it's not even his fault. I can see he's used brand new copper washers. Unfortunately, it's just leaking. It is what it is. It's got the lovely letterbox decat. MOT testers definitely can't see that. Okay, let's get the oil drained out of it. So this is what I was talking about with the gearbox sump. You can see it's got rust and some flaking paint. And what I don't want to do is undo this drain bung and have that not seal up again. That would not be ideal. So I have requested a sump. It means there's not masses and masses amounts of metal in there. We'll let it drain for as long as possible. But this keeps having like energy spurts of oil coming out. So I'm just going to let this drip for ages. I'm going to put a tray under here and I'm going to go up top and do the rest of it. Let's put an oil filter in the top because we don't want anything falling in that gap. Man oil filter here. Clean the cap out. Give it a very good clean out. You want that to pretty much run clear like that when it comes out. Replace the ring. This one's white. Dip that in there. Liquid moly, good oil. We don't mind using customer supply parts if you bring us this. It's green. Nice and clean. All right, let's go for the sparky plugs. I will give Mercedes this. I'd rather do set spark plugs on this fucking V8 than the V8 that's in the M5s. None of them are full of oil. Good. Let's get these fucking spark plugs out. It's a nice looking spark plug, I'll give it that. It's a healthy cylinder. Be even better if they were done up. You know, it's not very often that I talk up spark plugs. You do enough on your Fiestas and your shit like that. It's all very generic, right? But this sort of thing, you just would. Nice and healthy. Well, that one had some tension to it. I've been happy at all of these so far. So far, we've got 1 out of 4 spark plugs tight. Here we have the NGK Laser Iridium. Basically, what came out of it. The only difference is these ones have a Mercedes badge stickered on them. So they probably have about an extra £5 a spark plug. Right, so let's grab the reg, let's go over to the computer and grab the torque setting for the spark plugs. 22 Newton meters. That's that. One side, done. Core packs back in. Doesn't mess with the electrical current and just stops it from getting stuck. being nice and gentle because it is only screwing into plastic. This side is much easier to take out. Again, it's fine. There isn't anything wrong with these spark plugs. The customer just wants them replacing. That's all of them out. All of the ones this side were actually tight. So whether one person done this side and one person done this side, who knows? Let's get the new ones in. Oh, yes. It smells like power. Now we are going to come over to the injectors. See how difficult it's going to be. Obviously they're on a metal rail. I'm kind of hoping the rails are just going to lift up, but we'll see. I don't know. It's very solid on there. They don't make this shit easy to get to, Geetis. I'm trying to feel for like a Jubilee clip or something, but I can't see shit. Mercedes, man, let him do it. Is it clips? Clips? Can you reach them? Ah, go on then.
Oh, I show it for him. Yeah. From this angle, it just clips.
I think I see. I thought he was going to do it for me. Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. This rail is just going to pull up, unplug all the injectors. I think what I might do before I take them out fully is just give everything a little blow around with an air compressor. Shove that in there. I'm only doing that because I could see some dust and some dirt on the top around the injectors. Obviously, before you change the spark plugs, look in there as well, like I did looking for oil and other bits. If you can't see any dirt in there, great, you don't need to blow it out. If you can see dirt, always try and blow them out. 8 injectors. So here we have some Bosch injectors. Let's get these in there. Ta-da! Pull this clip out. New injector. Just put a little bit of rubber safe grease just to help it go in. Let's just repeat the process 7 more times. We have put all of the injectors in. We have had lunch and a little bit of a spend up on the old Snap-on van. Thank you, Russell. Now we just need to put the injectors and the rails back in, put the airbox back on. We'll go underneath, we'll put the sump bung back in, put the oil in it, and then we should be good to go. I'll come back, extras come out and you can see the shiny bits. Glad we left that. Let's get a new sump bung washer. Put that back in. If we've just finished putting the sump bung in, we would typically now normally do the gearbox service, but we are still waiting on the gearbox sump. So unfortunately, that might just be a TikTok. So head over there to watch a gearbox oil change on this beast. Pops in there. Plug it in. And of course, cover up the plug. Engine oiling, 8.8 litres. Ooh, it's green. It's THC induced. Smoky session. We're on the minimum. A little bit more. We're on the maximum. Let's get this bitch started. There we go, she's up and running. Now we just need to go and switch it off, recheck the oil level. We're on the minimum, so we're just gonna need a little touch. Bang on, just under the maximum, exactly where we want to be. Lovely, so that is the service on this beast of an E63 AMG wrapped up and done. If you wanna see the gearbox oil change, head over to TikTok. Thanks for watching.